Aha, and now we are live. Hi, thanks for tuning to my channel. Today is day 39 of consistently live streaming and learning on a Datacamp platform. I'm so excited. The goal is day 100. And welcome to my channel. If this is the first time, and welcome back. If you're an existing subscriber, my name is Abatan Sherifdin, but you can call me Sherif for short. Basically, what I do on this channel, I share content on Microsoft Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, and data analytics in general. I also share content on remote work, how to become a successful freelancer, and enjoy the freelancing business and have a successful freelancing business. But currently, I am majorly focused on Microsoft Excel and SQL. So I've been like streaming my learning journey on a data cloud platform for the past 38 days. So I complete a couple of lessons today. Today will be day 39 or would be day 39. So I started this live streaming late. I was actually watching the Champions League match a few hours ago just to cool my head and catch some fun. So I had to do this before I go to bed tonight. So today is day 39. If I complete a couple of lessons today, I'll have achieved the 39-day streak. That's the goal. And I'm currently following the career track on data analyst in SQL on the Datacamp platform. So I'm following the career tracks. So I've been consistent from day one, but I started live streaming since day 11. So if you're looking for day one's live stream, you're actually not going to find it. So I'm on this career tracks, this certification track, data analyst in SQL. I've been able to complete 5 courses out of 11 courses. I am on the sixth course, so I've practiced a whole lot of time on the platform. So the data analyst in SQL track contains 11 courses with 39 hours period and one project. So I'm able to complete one, two, three, four, five, and I am on the sixth course. So I just finished a chapter from the sixth course. We still have 6 more or less than 6 courses to go and one more project. So the goal is to do this consistently for the next 100 days without missing a day. So generally, I'll be live streaming for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. That is the number of minutes or hours I'll be using to learn every day. The goal is to learn little by little and compound the knowledge over time. No rushing, no lagging behind. You get that now? So I'll just continue from where I stopped yesterday. So I should start the chapter 2 of the sixth course in the track. That's the study chapter 2. So also, if you are looking to become a successful freelancer or you are just a newbie freelancer and navigating the freelancing world, trying to start your own freelancing business, I have a coach who has been coaching me for the past 2, 3, 4 years, getting close to 4 years now. His name is Benga DBE, and has a course called the Freelance Client Magnet Course, which teaches you how to become a successful freelancer on Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, and other remote job websites. I'll leave a link to the course in the YouTube description. Make sure to check it out. I also leave a link to Benga's B Twitter account under the YouTube description. Make sure to check it out. But let me show you real quick what my course looks like. So we go to Twitter or X, popularly known as Twitter. You see Bengali BE. So you can check his pinned tweets. You'll see a whole lot of testimonials from students all over the world. And I am one of his testimonials also. I'm a top rated plus freelance data analyst on Upwork. And I'm trying to navigate the LinkedIn platform and use those knowledge that I've learned to be that I've learned that help me to be successful on the Upwork platform. I'm trying to transfer those knowledge on LinkedIn and other remote job websites. So throughout these few months, I've been navigating the LinkedIn platform, learning how to win jobs on the platform also. You can check out the screen to it. The course is fully packed with a whole lot of testimonials and resources that can help you to become a successful freelancer on Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, remote job website. You just have to choose a platform and stick to it and learn how to navigate it. The course is packed. So check out the link under the YouTube description for the course. So let's get back to today's lesson. I'll just continue. Usually, I should have a couple of weak areas to review, but luckily for me today, I don't have any weak areas. So let's achieve today's daily goal. I'll just go back to the course where I stopped yesterday and continue. So I should be in chapter 2. So I completed I completed chapter 1 on yesterday live stream. So this is chapter 2, which is talking about working with date and time functions and operators in SQL. So let's get started. But before we start, I need to download the slide. So I can open the slide on my second screen here and follow along with the instructor. So usually the slide should be 24 slides. I'm pretty sure it should be 24 slides. So I should just download it here. Waiting for it to come up real quick. I got a miss to that is 26 slides. I'll just download it real quick. Downloaded. I'll just launch it in my second screen here. Come on. Minute, please. Aha, we are good to go. The slide is opened right here on my other screen. I don't know how powerful I'm using the OBS platform to live stream. I don't know how powerful it is, but my system is kind of lagging or hanging. Let's continue.
Now that you have learned the fundamentals of PostgreSQL data types, it's time to learn how to manipulate these data types to assist with your data cleansing and transformation tasks. In this chapter, you'll dive into some built-in date and time functions and operators and learn how to use them to manipulate date and time data. First, in this video, you'll learn how to add and subtract date and time values and understand the expected behavior of each operation. Next, you'll learn how to use these functions to retrieve the current date and time. You'll then look at how to use the age function to calculate the difference between two timestamps. And finally, you'll learn how to use the extract, date part, and date trunc functions to manipulate timestamps to retrieve subfields of date and time values. Let's get started. Performing basic arithmetic operations on date and time data types will become a useful skill in practice, but it's important to understand how the return values for these operations vary depending on the type of date and time data types you are working with. For example, when you subtract date values, the result that is returned is an integer data type. You can also add integer is an
This 1050910 minus 10509 or 11, that is 11th of September 2005. So just one day behind.
Integer data type. You can also add integer values to date data types. In this example, we are adding the whole number 3 to a date value and getting a result that is 3 days greater than the original date. When adding integers to date values, the implied precision is days. However, when we perform the same operation on timestamp data types, as you see in this example, we get an interval as the result. The age function allows us to calculate the difference between two timestamps. The age function takes two timestamp arguments and to calculate the result.
So select date 2015-09-11 with the timestamp minus date 2015-09-09 with the timestamp. So this 12 a.m. probably nearly 24 hours clock. Then so the difference is 12 24 hours 12 hours, yeah. So one day 12 hours running as a subtracting date time data.
The age function allows us to calculate the difference between two timestamps. The age function takes two timestamp arguments and subtracts the first argument from the second argument and returns an interval as a result. You'll notice in this example that the result is identical.
Timestamp, timestamp.
To what we calculated on the previous slide. I'm sure that at this point in the course, you've questioned why we are using a fictional DVD rental store as our sample dataset. And it would be a valid question. As we talked about earlier in the course, the Sequela database is a widely used sample dataset for working with and learning about relational databases. In fact, it's been more than 13 years since the data in this database was created, and the age function is a great way to highlight this.
Age, rental date, 13 years, 11 months from this. Wow.
Learning how to use intervals for your date and time calculations is a very useful skill to develop with real-world applications. Using an interval is a great technique when you need to complete relative date and time calculations. If you recall in the first chapter, we calculated the expected return date by adding an interval of 3 days to the rental date column. You can also perform multiplication and division on date and time data types using intervals, which is another useful tool when you have relative date and time data. For example, let's say we wanted to add 21 days to a date value. As you recall from earlier in this video, when you are working with a date data type, you can just add an integer to the date. However, what if you needed to perform this calculation with a timestamp? This is where intervals come in handy, as you see in this example. Great work! Now this is where
Timestamp plus 21 times interval of 1 day. Day is 0501, the 5th month, first day of the month, 2019, so 21 days, interval of 1 day, times, but plus, okay.
intervals come in handy, as you see in this example. Great work! Now let's practice performing basic arithmetic operations on date and time values in the exercises.
So let's practice this. So in this exercise, you will calculate the actual number of days rented as well as the two expected return dates by using the rental duration column from the film table along with the familiar rental date from rental table. In this exercise, you will calculate the actual number of days rented as well as the two expected days by using the rental duration column from the film table along with the familiar rental date from the rental table. So this will require that you dust off the skills you learned from previous courses on how to join two or more tables together. Select columns from both film and rental table using a single query. You need to use the inventory table to join these two tables together since there is no expected relationship between them. Let's give it a try. Oh, so I want to use inner join. Okay. So we have the film table here. We have the inventory table. So we have the rental table here. So subtract rental date from return date to calculate the number of days rented. Rental dates, this rental date. Um, rental date, okay, rental date from return date. Calculate the number of days rented. Okay, that is quite simple. So I have to say rental, I have to make sure I'm referencing the table, using table reference here. Rental dates. I just paste this here. I'm selecting the rental column or field from the rental table minus the return date. Oops, that will be rental dot return date as number of days rented. And to give it a alias of days rented from film as F. So you now join the inventory as I on film.f. Once you join this inventory table to the rental table, to the film table first, inventory on film ID to film ID here, then in a join rental to inventory on the rental ID. Yeah, on this rental ID here, inventory ID to the rental ID here. So there's an inventory ID also, inventory ID here. So that should be the tweak. Order by film title from film. Let's see that what is going to become. Oh, let's come that way. So select the title or the rental duration from film. So the rental date from return date. I do not need to actually use the column. Okay, hold on, let's figure this out. Okay, rental duration column. Just use the rental duration column from the film table. Okay, just use rental duration from the film table along with the rental day from the rental table. So, the first is subtract rental date from return date. So the rental date here. Let's figure this out real quick. Let me set the code. Calculate number of days rented. Alias as days underscore rented. So from which you subtract the rental dates. Let's try for it. This is the rental date here from the return date. Okay. I know my mistake now. Rental dot return date underscore return date. The rental underscore rental date. Let's run the code and see. Oh, I'm supposed to use. Oh, okay. The table has been shortened alias as rental has been shortened as have. I'm not supposed to use rental there. So that was a mistake there. So it's not saying a table alias as a table called rental. It's meant for a table called have. I don't really code completely there. So so we are submitting that to confirm it is correct. So that's correct. So we got that. So the subtract the rental day from the complete number of days rented. So number of days rented this one is 6 days. This is the film. This is the rental duration 3 days. Days rented. So rented for 6 days and this time. So now use the age function, calculate the days rented. Also use the age function, calculate the days rented. So select film title, then rental duration, film title, rental duration. Okay, from film. Now selecting the film title here from this select statement here, and the rental duration from here. So then once you use the age function to calculate the days rented also. So that should just be age, then the table I want to use is the arc table. Hold up. I want to use the age function. I need to select the timestamp. How do you not select the timestamp? Now use the age function to calculate the days rented. Hold up. Now title description, language ID, original, enter duration, enter weight. So trying to figure this out. Once again, so that was the house reference this column. Yeah, I know that I also reference the two columns there. This is the rental, the return date minus the rental date. So the H function is going to subtract that the difference between the two dates. So I think the H function is quite easier than just subtracting that. Oh, we got that. Let's go. So we will calculate difference, same calculation using two different methods. So if you are running a real DVD rental, if you are running a real DVD rental store, there will be times when you would need to determine what film titles were currently out for rental with customers. In the previous exercise, we saw that some of the records in the result had a null value for the return date. This is because the rental was still outstanding. Each rental in the film table has an associated rental duration column, which represents the number of days that the DVD can be rented by a customer before it is considered late. In this exercise, you will exclude films that have no value for the return date and also convert the rental duration to an interval type. Here is a reminder on the method for performing this conversion. So we want to return the rental date as an interval type, convert the rental duration to an type. Interval type. Here is to select interval 1 day times timestamp. We want to use the timestamp there. So convert rental duration by multiplying it with 1 day interval. Subtract rental date from return date to calculate number of days rented. Exclude rentals with a null value for return date. So convert interval. So once convert interval, so select film title from film, quite straightforward. Then convert the rental duration to an interval. So an interval, that will be rental duration to an interval. Okay. So we're going to introduce the timestamp. That will be interval of 1 day, interval of 1 day, interval of 1 day times the rental duration from the out tables, which is the out table, then the rental duration. No, we're not letting the rental duration. The rental duration should be from the films table. Instead, convert rental duration by applying it to an interval. The rental duration is the films table. Hold up. Yeah, the rental duration is there. We'll convert it to an interval. That means from the F table, rental duration. We convert it to an interval. Also showing it in 6 days to show it in date and the timestamp. So calculate the days rented as we did previously. So return date as this was also the return date first minus the rental date. So this one is have that's rental date as days rented from film as F. So when return dates, so subtract rental date from the number of days, exclude rentals with a null value from return date. Where return dates by the date calculated is not null, let's type is not null there. Let's use that. Okay, use is not null to exclude that from there. We can simply order by film title. That should give us our results. Let's give it a shot. And boom. Because we don't have null values. So the days this wasn't failure. This rental date, interval of day, what is 3 days, 00 minutes, converted for 3 days, 8 days, and this one converted for 3 days, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 8 days, 2 hours, 6 days, getting close to 19 hours, 30 minutes. So let's see this interval, convert the interduration to an interval. If I check the films table, look at the rental duration, which is 6, 3, 6. The results, 7 days, this 1 day. So this rented, oh, Let's submit that and see. Hmm. Oh, there's a mistake that I cannot find the first entry in the field. What is the first entry? Come on. Interval 1 day. Select interval 1 day times timestamp. So I'm doing timestamp. I can't just point. Hold up. Let me copy this from here to here. I will set the code. You can see I can just paste this from here like this and paste it back. So the challenge is this place here. It's saying using the interval function. Oh, we are 30 minutes to the live stream. Interval of 1 day times, I can't reference timestamp there. I have to reference the table to convert the method duration to an interval. Method duration can be found in the films table. Method duration from the films table as F. So what's not the problem? The code is not being affected, so I'm getting an error here, so this place is not correct. So if I'm to convert to an interval, that means I didn't pay attention to the instruction in the course. So this is correct. Same way I calculated the age difference, where I just use the age and I selected the column I want to use. With the same way I'm going to calculate the interval here, but it's giving me error. Hmm. Let's see. So I'm picking at the slide. Maybe I could find my solution there. So I'm saying same. Let's take a hint though. So we want to convert enter duration to an interval with a day precision. Don't forget to exclude return day with now. I did it now. I just wasted my int. Enter duration to an interval with a day precision. Oh, okay, a day. I've completed a day. So what's not the challenge? I know I'm not using the timestamp keyword here. Okay, let's see. Let me change this to timestamp, which I'm sure will be wrong. I'm pretty sure it will be wrong. Let's explain the error. I was also referring the table name there, which I did. which is the correct calculation, the table name, which is FJ. From film, convert the interdivision from interval. So the error is because of the missing from quantity. The error occurs because you are referencing a table called timestamp media, but there is no table named timestamp. Exactly, my answer is not being accepted. Uh, we have no choice. I've troubleshoot it with everything I know. Let's check the answer. Come on, I got it. This is not fair, Datacamp. Let me check patiently. I did exact interval 1 day times F rental duration. This is exactly what I wrote. Return date is not null. I did the same thing. I'm going to compare with the results here that will be returned there. Let me just compare it with it first. Because the join phase has been done. Inventory on team ID, the same. Then rental on inventory. Wow. I got this thing, but I don't know why it's not accepting. Let me check the result. 3 days, 3 days. Wow. It's not even still accepting after sharing it. So that means something is wrong from the data count platform submission. I may have to close it and open it again. So I think what I have to do is I just close this and launch it again. Definitely an error from the platform. Okay, let's launch it one more time. I already got this answer. Interval of 1 day, 1 day mental duration from the field table, convert it to interval, return date minus mental date, mental date, as bill rented from film, where rental deal is not null. Come on, accept. The answer is correct. What's the for challenge now? Imagine. So this was what I did earlier. The challenge is from the platform. So I got the result earlier. So interval, we converted this duration column, interval duration. Instead of showing it in 6 days, 3 days, we're not showing it in 3 days with the timestamp. With the timestamp, we just converted it to an interval. And boom, that was correct. So convert integration by multiplying it with a 1 day interval. This one is not multiplication again. We should get same result as the one we got earlier. So now that you've practiced how to add and subtract timestamp and perform relative calculation using intervals, let's see those new skills. Let's use those new skills to calculate the actual expected return date of a specific rental. As you've seen in previous exercise, the rental duration is the number of days allowed for a rental before it is considered late. To calculate the expected return date, you will want to use the rental duration and add it to the rental date. With the expected return date, you want to use the rental duration and add it to the return date. Rental duration, add the rental duration to the rental date. To calculate the expected return date, you will want to use the rental duration and the rental date. Okay. So the date was rented plus the rental number of days that has been rented to get the expected return date. So the film should be returned. So film rental date, rental duration. So add rental duration to the rental date. Or that is the mm, interval of 1 day. Then you multiply it. Then multiply that with the film with the rental duration plus rental date. This will be how rental date. Let's run that and see. So this is the title, the rental date, the rental duration. All have been selected from film. The expected return date that was calculated. That is interval of rental duration plus then the return date here. So this was not returned. The actual return date from film as inner join inventory. This is just inner join here, but the main calculation is from here. Interval of 1 day times rental duration. Let's submit that and see. Wow, we got that superb, straightforward, easy peasy calculation. So good job. We can now compare the expected return date to the actual rental date. Determine if the rental was returned late. So that exactly. So what you're trying to see is, was the film actually returned, the rental was returned. In the next video, we will learn about how to use the current date and time values in our query. So the expected return date was this, but the actual return date, the film was returned 2508. It was probably late. It was returned earlier rather. Is 0933, the expected return date. It was returned earlier. So rental duration plus rental date. Number of days has been rented. Okay. So the date is also rented. So you get the total number of days the film has been rented. Okay. Plus the return date that it was returned. Cool. So that was interesting. I also need to practice this timestamp. Thank God I have the slide there. Oh, we have 45 minutes to this live stream. Uh, Let me see if we can achieve our daily goal today. So daily goal has been achieved. Yeah, today is day 39. I think, let me see how many percentage. We are in chapter 2, the 34% into the chapter. I'll probably want to finish this chapter tomorrow. Alright, thanks for staying to the end of this live stream. So I'd love to end the live stream here today. I'll continue from that chapter and the percentage tomorrow. So if you found value in this video and the live streaming, do not forget to give the channel a support by subscribing to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up and share. And I'll see you in my other videos. You can watch the Microsoft Excel videos on the platform. And don't forget to check out client magnet course using the link in the YouTube description. Bye for now. Peace out, and I'll see you tomorrow also.